have something very amazing for you. I'll be speaking on the wisdom of preparation into bracket foundations. These things I'm going to share with you are going to be the foundational blocks, and it's going to form as the basis for success in every endeavor in your life. Book of Psalms 11 verse 2. If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? 2 Chronicles 27 verse 6. So Jotham became mighty because he had prepared his ways before his God. So Jotham became mighty. He became great. He became some word of honor. The Bible was underlined for word prepared. Jotham became mighty as a function of his preparations. Now, point number one. Everything about your Christian experience, write this down. Everything about your Christian experience, what you will do for God, number one. Number two, what God will do through you. And what God will do with you. That's the third one. So number one is what you will do for God. Number two, what God will do through you. Number three, what God will do with you. These things, these three things I mentioned, they will depend on the quality of the foundation of God. They will depend on the quality of the foundation you build for God to do. So, number one, what's a foundation? A foundation is basic. This basic definition of a foundation. It's not biblical, it's not spiritual. Foundation, what's a foundation? A foundation is an underlying base or support. A foundation is an underlying base or a support. Simple. So when they are telling you build a foundation of prayer, what they are just trying to say is that build a prayer life that can support your ministry. Build a spiritual life that can support barrenness when it shows up. Build a faith life that can support problems when they arise. That's all we're trying to say. Because without a shadow of doubt, the rain will fall, the sun will shine, wind will blow, storms will come, tenders will tender. Everything will happen. It is these things are circumstances of life. They will happen. So key points to note about foundations. Point number one: foundations are built and designed with detail. Now pay attention. Foundations are built and are designed with detail. Why are they built? Why are they designed with detail? Now, it's for the purpose they must serve. Foundations are built and designed with some detail for the purpose they must serve. Most of you are calling God, like demanding, making confessions about the foundation you are building. Now I'm saying that the foundation is not by desire, it is by putting your hand in the mud and working something, raising something. That's how the foundation comes about. So it's built, number one. Number two, it is designed. Anytime you see something we call design comes with detail. It means that it will take a lot of thinking. It will take a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, sitting down to count the cost. So when you talk about building a foundation, it comes with number one, working at it, and number two, sitting down to think about it. Let's continue. Point number two, key points on the foundation. Foundations cannot be renovated. If you are telling me 0 to 30 is the foundation, when are you hearing this message? From that age which is 0 till now, maybe the details of your foundation was that you were supposed to be using a lot of stones and a lot of iron rods. And because you are now aware, you are sorry now ice cream, then you pour ice cream in your foundation. Ice cream, KFC. visa. That's your foundation. Because you didn't know that you needed to put stones and iron rods. So you are just pouring some sand. And you are now hearing this message. Requirements of a good foundation. Number 1. The design and the construction of a foundation is done such that, point 1, so this is a requirement, it should be able to sustain any imposed loads. How is a foundation designed? The foundation is designed in such a way that it should be able to sustain any load apart from the building itself. Do you understand? So when an architect is designing a foundation, he takes into consideration that dumbbells you will be using in your gym, which is in the building, but it's not part of the weight of the building. Point number 3. The location of a foundation must not be affected by future occurrences. Things to do to build a great foundation or a great life. I wish I could really teach on these things, because these are the places we must focus on. Point number 1, let me rush through them. Point number 1, build a solid foundation through Bible faith. Things to do to build a great foundation for your life. Build a strong faith foundation through Bible study and Bible faith. Build a strong faith foundation. That's the first one. Number 2, build a solid foundation of intense fasting. Don't run away from it. Point number 4, build a solid foundation of discipline and diligence. Point number 5, build a solid foundation of mental fortitude. Build a solid foundation of mental fortitude. Build a solid foundation. Point number 6, build a solid foundation of strategic relationships. Now, this last point is so important. I put it at last because at some point in life, the foundation will not be enough.